understand is how Mary and Jill Coleridge, who are two of the smartest women I've ever known, could both decide that that mad woman is fit to take care of their kids. Lemon peel?
Yeah, thanks.
What about Mae Bryan, huh? I mean, she's got to know her, right? I mean, she sees her with the kids.
Giovanni.
Just doesn't make sense, that's all.
Giovanni.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Doesn't add up, and it's driving me nuts.
Giovanni, this routine is getting me nervous. Who do you like in the fifth race?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, pal, about your nerves. But let me tell you that right now, right this minute, somewhere in Riverside Park, my daughter's in a stroller being pushed by a lady who thinks that she's a matron at the Women's House of Detention.
Your what?
My daughter. Mary's daughter. Jill's son. Anybody's kid. With somebody who doesn't want him, doesn't like him, resents the hell out of him. I'm telling you, this is serious business.
Why are you telling me anything? I told you a dozen times. Tell Mary.
And I told you I can't tell Mary. Now, will you get that through your thick skull?
Stop right there.
I'm sorry. Will you please try to understand? That's better? All right. Will you please try to understand that I cannot tell Mary that Miriam is a Nazi without also telling her that I've been seeing a lot of Ryan. And Mary is going to figure out that if I have been seeing a lot of Ryan, I'm going to want to keep on seeing a lot of Ryan, and her too, in some kind of matrimonial situation.
You said it yourself. Mary's one of the smartest women you know. 6-1. In the fifth, I'm going to the Speed Horse, Bowlful.
Jumbo, cut it out.
What do you want from me, Giovanni? I told you what I think. You don't like what I think. The best thing to do, get off your duff. Go up and level with Mary. And I gotta figure out this card.
Ellie.
Ryan, can you make it uptown in about 30 minutes?
Oh, I don't know. I need motivation.
Well, a private interview with Ray Woodard.
That could do it. What's up?
Well, sorry to say all your instincts proved correct.
Old man's in trouble.
Well, less today than yesterday, but it's still not good. She's called a full-scale conference at 11 to announce that, yes, indeed, her husband was seriously injured in the copter crash, that he sustained another heart attack, and that, with a great deal of regret, he's retiring from public life and a promising political career.
Wow.
Yeah. She also appreciates the fact that you laid back a couple days ago, so she'd like to see you alone before the official announcement.
Mrs. Woodard knows how to return a favor.
Mrs. Woodard is a class act, generally speaking. Jack, me love.
Yeah?
Can you make it up there at about 10 o'clock so she'll have a few minutes between you and the rest of the troops?
Sure. How is she?
Well, she's hurting more ways than one, but she's not telling.
Tell her thanks. And I'm on my way.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi. Ray Woodard's scheduled a press conference in our hospital room at 11 o'clock.
Is he worse?
Well, I'm afraid he wasn't very good to begin with. Listen, if you can get here a little early, I'll try to arrange a few minutes alone with her for you, if you'd like.
If? Are you serious? Oh, Tom, thank you so much, really.
How much?
What do you have in mind?
Well, you could always express your gratitude by accepting my invitation to see the autumn flowers in Williamsburg this weekend.
I could, but I can't.
Never mind. I'll think of something else.
I'll meet you on the 6th floor around 10:30.
Good.
Tom.
Yeah?
Will Jack be there?
Not unless it's by royal decree. He's not on my list.
Terrific. See you later.
This week is explosive.
Did you have sex with Carly?
Yeah.
The wedding is definitely off.
I want you, and I know you want me.
And one event that will change a town. General Hospital, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
SoapNet.com is the place for night shift webisodes.
Want to know what an intern's life is like outside of the hospital?
I'm the best sex that she's never had.
Okay, let's go.
Follow roomies Claire and Kyle home when the night shift ends.
You come?
See our exclusive webisodes
Only at SoapNet.com.
Burn After Reading is the new spy comedy critics are calling hilarious.
This is like raw intelligence.
With an all-star ensemble cast.
Big time.
A comedic masterpiece.
Give me the CD and you give us the money.
The Coen brothers have outdone themselves.
Am I out of line here?
A devilish, delicious, and insanely funny movie.
Oh my God.
George Clooney and Brad Pitt get big laughs.
That's cool.
Burn After Reading. Rated R. Starts Friday.
We asked real moms how they feel about Clorox Anywhere spray.
It's clean, it's fresh, and it's at 99%. It kills bacteria. It's gentle enough to be used around food, kids, and pets. I spray it on the toys,
Cutting boards.
Clorox Anywhere Hard Surface Daily Sanitizing Spray. It goes everywhere. And now, try new Clorox Anywhere Anti-Allergen Fabric Spray. It neutralizes allergens anywhere in your home.
How am I going to pay this credit card bill by tomorrow?
My health insurance doesn't cover.
Do I even have enough cash left for rent?
How am I going to keep up with gas prices?
Stop. Find the answers to immediate money needs at CashNetUSA.com. It takes just 5 minutes to qualify for an online cash advance of up to $750 deposited directly into your checking account next day. No lines, no paperwork, no hassle.
I got the cash I needed despite my less than perfect credit. I even saved 25%, and so can you.
Sure, I had questions, so I called and was able to speak with a real live person.
CashNet USA has helped millions of hardworking Americans get the money they need from the privacy of home. And save 25% with discount code TV68. Learn more at CashNetUSA.com/save or call 888-801-9077. With CashNet USA, you have the power to make any day payday.
Hello?
Just tell me one thing.
Sure.
Roger crazy?
That's one explanation. Actually, I think he's scared. I think he's terrified at the idea of anyone or anything jeopardizing his position on staff. So he's like a cornered rattlesnake. He'll strike at anything that moves.
That's just terrific. Does he show any signs of regret for having reported his own sister to the board?
Yes, to do him justice, he does. Which doesn't help me and doesn't help Pat. But if I took pleasure in someone else's guilt, I could be very happy over Roger's state of mind at the moment.
Yeah.
Good morning, good morning.
Hi, Tom.
Your friend, Mrs. Woodard, has decided to come clean with the press this morning.
Which will simplify all our lives, I'm sure.
I quite agree.
Look, I have to go. I'm going to try and find Pat. I'll see you later.
Anything new from the board?
I just ran into Clem Moultrie, and he doesn't seem to feel what the board's reaction is going to be to Roger's report, and especially with Faith, her record being perfect, you know.
Oh, gold stars all over my forehead.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, I will. I'll see you, Goldie.
Bye-bye.
I really was very sorry to hear about that.
Oh, thanks, but don't be sorry yet. At least not for me.
It has to be more terrible for Pat, though, doesn't it?
I don't know. I keep hoping that maybe the board's had enough. I mean, Pat did leave 20 minutes early, but Bucky had offered to cover for him. I just should have left well enough alone and not signed that stupid lab report for him, and no one would have known the difference. But Miss Fanny Fix-It here had to jump right in.
If there's anything I can do for you or Pat, will you let me know?
Thanks. I will. You know, I was thinking about you the other night. What a difficult position you're in a way. Between your friends in the House Association and your job, which is basically to keep this hospital looking good.
Well, it may be in the end that the hospital will look best when it publicly acknowledges its faults. At least that's the point of view I'm trying to sell at the moment.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you're on our side.
We're not so far apart, Dr. Coleridge.
Excuse me, Mrs. Woodard.
Yes, Alicia.
I think that more than 12 chairs in this room will be a bit crowded.
Well, the first 12 arrivals sit. Everybody else lines up against the wall.
Oh, and I think I should take the wine bucket away until after the photographers have left.
Thank you. I should have thought of that myself. You know, one or two of Bill's competitors would like nothing more than to run a little human interest story. Publisher's wife battles losing battle with alcohol in lonely hospital room.
They wouldn't do that.
Oh, yes, they would.
Then I think I will put the wine bucket in the closet, in the back of the closet. Oh, I called the kitchen and I asked them to bring 4 thermoses of coffee and cups and 2 dozen donuts. But I didn't have much luck with the ashtrays, so perhaps you can ask them not to smoke.
Thank you. You're a wonder.
I'm just a good organizer, that's all. And I wanted to do something to help you. Because I'm really sorry that things didn't work out as well for Mr. Woodard as you hoped.
Well, you've already helped more than you'll know. Strange, you know. A lot of people work for Bill and me. And there are hundreds of men and women who could call on, turn to. Small handful of friends who would tell you they'll do anything for us, but somehow I just don't feel I can call on them right now.
Why not?
I don't know. Because the person I am, what I really want, doesn't matter, I suppose, to anybody in the world except maybe Bill. Point is, I'm the wife of a powerful man. And since that may not continue in the near future, I guess I'm a little reluctant to call on it. I'm grateful to you. You're making my life easier, and you're not asking me to be Mrs. Woodard. You understand?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's my job to help the patients. But if I've done my job well for you, it makes me happy. Because I like you.
Thank you very much. I like you. Oh.
Good morning.
Mr. Finelli, it's good of you to come and see me.
I was just thinking it's good of you to invite me.
Well, in return for your consideration the other day, I promised you that when there was something to report, you'd have it first. And I take my promises seriously. Please, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. How first, Mrs. Woodard?
Judy's going to be wild when she finds out that you've been here and gone.
Well, remind her that she owes me a couple. But if I'm here before your own people, I'm really impressed. I'm sorry about your husband.
Thank you so much.
How bad?
He had a skull fracture with complications. I opted for surgery because there was a chance of fast recovery. He had a massive heart attack on the table. Here it is, textbook style. In personal terms, it means that both publishing and politics are beyond him.
For the record?
For the record, my husband regrets with all his heart that the work he started last spring will not continue, that he will not be able to seek our party's senatorial nomination in 1978. The Woodard papers have for years been staffed by eminent journalists and trusted friends and will continue to operate as they have done in the past. The New York paper, which is Bill's particular concern, will continue under his immediate control.
How?
Through me.
What do you really know about running a newspaper, Mrs. Woodard?
A lot.
What about your recent acquisition?
Mrs. Jeanette and I have agreed in a conversation this morning that she and Bill will decide together on new and responsible ownership for her family's news interests.
And how do you feel about all this?
Rotten. For the record, I know better than anyone else how very effective my husband would have been in political office, and I regard his withdrawal as a tragic loss for the country as well as a personal disappointment for Bill. However, I know that he will continue to dedicate himself to the nation, the state, and the city of New York.
Your husband fully conscious of his condition?
Yes, he is.
How'd he take it?
Bill is a very brave and generous man.
How much longer will he remain in the hospital?
Weeks.
Months?
Don't print that. He doesn't know it yet.
To digress for a moment, what kind of care has your husband received here at Riverside Hospital?
On the whole, it's been excellent.
Would you say you received special treatment?
Probably. Bill's a special man. Just say that the staff has been most cooperative.
Did you know Frank Ryan personally? Before you called on him for a little local clout?
No. I gather you're a friend of his.
I was married to his sister.
Excuse me, is Tom Desmond around?
Mr. Desmond should be back in about 10 minutes.
Oh, thank you. I'm with Channel R News. He's expecting me from Mrs. Woodard's press conference at 11 o'clock.
Fine, just have a seat in the waiting area.
Mary.
Alicia, how are you?
Fine, nice to see you. Good to see you. Could Mr. Desmond by any chance be in with Mrs. Woodard now? Because he was going to try to arrange for a private interview for me.
Oh, I don't think so. There's another reporter with Mrs. Woodard at the moment. Why don't you just wait for Mr. Desmond over there?
Radio.
Richie?
She's been playing games for months.
Ryan doesn't love you. He loves me.
Annie tricked you into having a child. If it wasn't for her, Ryan would still love me.
She has a plan. I know that she does.
This week,
I'm gonna kill Greenlee.
Annie gets her gun. Watch All My Children weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet. On the Sunday night movie, why would this woman have sex with this man when she's got Brad Pitt at home? Because her best friend asked her to.
I did you a favor. It was your idea. You told me to sleep with him. Once, not 8 times.
Elizabeth McGovern, Bill Pullman, and did we mention Brad Pitt? The Favor this Sunday at 10. The Sunday night movie on SoapNet.
Indulge in more rich caramels, chocolates, and mochas, and still feel good about it. With Natural Instincts, it's hair color that's antioxidant rich with vitamin C and E, and it's ammonia-free, so you can satisfy your craving for color every month. How delicious. In fact, the more often you use Natural Instincts, the healthier your hair looks. So indulge, because you won't get too much Natural Instincts. Now get glowing with Natural Instincts' new collection of golden shimmer shades from Clairol, naturally.
I joined Jenny Craig to become a size healthier, and I've already lost 20 pounds. Now my friends and family have joined to support me, like my Aunt Angel. We love to catch up over a Jenny meal. I'm a mac and cheese girl, but she swears by the chicken carbonara. The food is so good, it's helped her lose over 30 pounds. She's on her way to becoming a size feeling good.
Lose 20 pounds for $20, plus the cost of food. Call 1-800-JENNY20 today.
Take the first step to your ideal size. Call Jenny.
I got $583 from cashforgold.com. All I did was look through my drawer full of jewelry that I never wear.
Turn your unwanted or broken jewelry, gold, silver, platinum, rings, chains, and bracelets into cold hard cash from cashforgold.com.
I had no idea my gold jewelry was worth so much money.
With gold, silver, and platinum at their highest value in decades, cashforgold.com is able to give you top dollar for your unwanted jewelry. And because we own our refinery, we can cut out the middleman, which means more cash in your pocket.
I sent in my diamond wedding band from my first marriage and got money the very next day.
Just call the number below and ask for your free, prepaid, insured refiner's return pack. Fill the envelope with your unwanted or broken gold, silver, and platinum jewelry and mail it to our processing center. A safe, reliable transaction with satisfaction guaranteed.
Call 1-800-950-0779.
Fasten your seatbelts for the high-octane adventure Speed Racer.
Cool beans.
Follow young Speed's quest for glory as he takes on fierce competitors.
Someone's trying to crush everything in my life that matters to me.
To save his family's business and protect the sport he loves.
Racing's the only thing I know how to do, and I gotta do something.
Speed Racer, coming September 16th to DirecTV pay-per-view movies.
How are you going to handle it, Mrs. Woodard? Thank you.
Handle what?
Well, the change of gears. Much more ordinary life than the one you've been used to lately.
Life with Bill Woodard is never ordinary. Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, of course. There will be adjustments for both of us to make. However, I'm not going to run for public office myself, take a vacation, a house in South America, a lover, or control of Bill's corporations, all of which has been suggested to me by one person or another at some point in the last week. Now, basically, I guess we'll just have a lot more time to spend together, enjoying each other's company.
I hope it turns out well for both of you.
Thank you. Yes?
Excuse me. Good. I just wanted to make sure the two of you got together.
Come on in. I've got all I need. And I'm sure Mrs. Woodard would like a few minutes between questions.
If you ever need any help in the future, please call on me. And when Bill is feeling better, I know he'd like to have a meeting with you himself.
I look forward to that. And thanks again for this. I enjoyed talking with you.
It was mutual.
So long, Frank.
Yeah.
And, thanks.
Take care, buddy. That was a very good investment. 20 years from now, Jack will remember that you kept a promise to him.
Good, I'm glad I did it.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just a little more difficult than I thought it would be, that's all. I mean, Finelli was very gentle. It's wrong. Doesn't make any sense. Bill should not be lying in a hospital bed hooked up to a lot of machines and tubes. It is a mistake, a joke. And I think to myself, I did it to him. And then I think to myself, if the situation were the same, I'd do it again. Well, I didn't expect that. I guess talking about it makes it seem a little more real.
Look. Do me a favor, will you? Sit down. Put your feet up. Give yourself a minute. You're very rough on Ray Woodard. You know that? You've barely admitted that you were hurt in that copter crash yourself, let alone allowed yourself the time to get over it.
I don't like to be sick.
Yeah, you know, there is this story that is haunting me about you. I read in the papers a couple years ago, somewhere in Africa, something.
Oh, that. Oh, wildly exaggerated. No, very simple. I had pneumonia, and Bill took me to this incredible lodge on a mountainside overlooking a yellow plain with about a zillion animals, some extraordinary trees, and these plants, these flowers the size of dinner plates that climbed in the window. And the best bar I'd ever found outside New York and London. It was in seventh heaven for about 48 hours. Then Bill had to fly back to settle a union dispute, and there I was, abandoned in sybaritic luxury. So I told him to send for a helicopter so I could meet him in Nairobi, and caused a little stampede in the preserve. That's what you read about.
Look, take my advice. Stay out of those helicopters, okay?
Oh, come on. Haven't you ever been in a similar situation?
What, trapped in a wildlife preserve in Africa? No.
That's not what I mean. I mean, somewhere having done something that would have been perfect, except there was one particular person you needed to share it with, and since you couldn't, it became intolerable.
Yeah. I know something about that.
This place is going to drive me crazy. After my conference, could I interest you in a decent lunch somewhere, anywhere where the walls are not painted green?
Oh, I wish. Unfortunately, I have a 1 o'clock welfare committee meeting.
Oh. All right, I'll take a rain check. However, I would like, if you would listen, to go over some of the points that I want to get on record. You tell me what you think?
Sure, be glad to.
You didn't tell me Finelli was your former brother-in-law.
Chill. Real. Committed. Rebellious. Crazy.
Mission accomplished.
I'm here. You're just a time.
Get out of me!
Everybody's got their something, and I've got my General Hospital.
Heat. Heartache. Complicated. Dangerous. Love.
It's like it's just you and me now.
Everybody's got their something. And I got General Hospital.
Ever wonder how Cheez-It packs so much real cheese in such small bites? Well, now you know. Cheez-It, the big cheese.
I vow to never wear a flannel nightgown.
Can you just make that I vow to never wear a nightgown?
Isn't it time you found great chemistry with someone? Take our personality test and get your first 5 chemistry-inspired matches free. Visit chemistry.com today.
It seems to me that over the past century, vacuum cleaners have had such an obvious design flaw. It's a wonder we've all put up with it. Because they have 4 fixed wheels, the only move they can easily perform is a straight line. With fixed axles, you can go forwards and backwards, but it's almost impossible to steer or turn corners. But if you pivot on a ball, you can move any way you want.
I should have guessed who'd be having a private interview with Mrs. Woodard.
Well, she sort of owed me a favor. I thought something was going on a while back. Frank asked me to lay off, and I did.
So did I. Much good it did me. I was hoping for a little time with her now, as a matter of fact.
Well, Frank's in there, but I'm not sure I'd knock on the door.
No, that's okay. I'll wait for an official introduction. So, how are you?
Pretty well. How are you? How's the baby?
Terrific.
What does she do all day when you're at work?
Oh, well, sometimes she goes with me. Sometimes she stays home with Ma on days that I know I'm going to be in and out. And some days, Miriam takes care of her.
Miriam?
A rather splendid lady who's been a friend of the Coleridges for a long time.
That's very interesting.
What? What is?
Hand over your kid, the hired help to raise. I didn't mean that quite the way it came out.
Oh?
I just always thought that mother of a new baby should stay home as much as she can.
As opposed to fathers of small babies who we all know are perfectly free to abandon their children entirely.
I never pretended to be a father.
Damn right you didn't.
Why are you getting so upset, Mary?
Because I can't figure out what gives you the right to even mention Ryan's name to me, much less criticize how I choose to bring her up.
I'm not criticizing you.
It sure felt like
Hey,
it.
stop shouting. Your fan club's liable to get the idea that you have a nasty temper.
Get out of my way, Jack.
You're not going anywhere until you tell me why you're so sensitive about the subject of Miriam.
Miriam is none of your business, and I'm not going to fight with you about it standing in the hall of Riverside Hospital.
Well, then let's go someplace else.
I have to cover a press conference, Jack. I'm a working mother, remember?
And after work.
I won't be home.
Tomorrow.
I won't be home tomorrow either.
Where will you be?
I'm going away for the weekend. With a friend.
Antonio Sabato Jr. is back as Jagger Cates, and the only place to see him is on the new season of Night Shift. General Hospital Night Shift, Tuesdays at 11 p.m. on SoapNet.
You can take that back if you want to. You don't have to accept my invitation.
Jack knew I meant you, didn't he?
I certainly think so. It crossed my mind that perhaps he wanted him to know we were going away for the weekend and made it happen right in front of him for the effect.
I was so angry. Maybe I did.
He was getting after you about the baby?
Oh, just when you walked up, I'd had a full dose of mothers of small babies should be at home. The idea was that I was leaving Ryan in the care of a local werewolf or something.
I gathered it was something of that sort.
What got him going on that, I cannot imagine. Oh, Tom, I'm sorry. It wasn't very fair of me to use your invitation that way.
I don't feel used if that's what you're worried about. Please tell me about the weekend. Would you like to go? It isn't too late.
Well, obviously it's been on my mind, and the answer is yes. I would like to go very much.
Fine. Well, then that's settled. I have to put a few things in the bag after work, so we won't get an early start, but I don't think that should bother us.
Oh, Tom.
Yes.
There's one thing. Just because we're going away together doesn't mean we're going to sleep together.
Mary, I don't think we should make any hard and fast rules.
Tom, it's not...
I promise. It will always be up to you.
Fine. Look, I may have lured you into this on false pretenses. Maybe you don't want to go just as friends.
Mary, what I want is 2 days with you alone. I always feel I have hours of things to say to you and ask you about, and this way, I can at least begin.
That's fine, then.
So as soon as we have Mrs. Woodard's press conference out of the way, I'll phone for reservations.
And while you're doing that, I'll make arrangements about Ryan and pack.
It's very pretty where we're going. I think you'll like it.
Williamsburg, and the autumn flowers. Of course I will. We'll have fun.
I think we will. I'm sorry about the problems with Jack, but I'm certainly pleased with the outcome. Shall we go? Get this boring press conference over with?
Absolutely. We have better things to do.
Have you seen
624-4983.
Neurology. Mr. William Price Woodard. No, but his wife is holding a press conference right now. No, well, I really can't say, but you'll have to call Mrs. Woodard's room. Excuse me. You'll have to call Mrs. Woodard's room. Thank you. Hi, Dee. Good morning.
Hello, Clem. Oh, it's all right. I'm not going to bother Patty. I'm not going to interfere with anything. I'm just going to wait right here. Is that okay?
It's okay, sure. Sure, it's okay.
Patty was supposed to be off duty at about 8 o'clock, and then we were going to go shopping, and then something happened.
Yeah, look, I know he's sorry. He wasn't able to call you.
No,
but...
that's okay. That's okay. I know Patty gets off duty when all his work is done. I know that.
Well, it's been a madhouse around here, Delia. We had a bus accident up on the George Washington Bridge, a fire up on Broadway, and this place is swarming with reporters asking questions about William Price Woodard.
Oh.
But nevertheless, Patrick will be finished in a few moments, and we're working up the last of the accident patients now, okay?
Were there any children in that accident or in that fire?
No.
Good.
Hmm?
Good. That makes me feel a lot better. Much better.
Are there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's always a lot easier when there are no children hurt. Yeah.
It's awful.
Hmm?
No, it's okay, though. Because then Faith doesn't have to be up here, And Patty doesn't have to be down there.
Come here, Delia. Come on, sit down. Sit down. Now, I want you to tell me why you're doing all this.
Doing what?
Wasting your time, your energy, worrying about Patrick and Faith. There is nothing going on between them.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't. And there isn't going to be.
How can you be so sure?
Because I know Patrick.
Oh, I'm not worried about Patrick. It's just that Patty's too nice sometimes, that's all.
And because I know Faith, then you have nothing to get yourself so upset and so worried about, Delia.
I know Faith a lot better than you do.
I can give you the best reason in the world why nothing will happen. We don't have enough time, not with our schedules, okay?
You see each other every day.
Yeah, for 5, 6 minutes for a cup of coffee, maybe.
No, they're in the same building together.
Yeah?
Now, Roger put in that complaint against Faith, and he put in a complaint against Patty. So the two of them have to meet, and they have to talk about that.
Now, Delia. Because people talk doesn't mean that there's anything going on. Okay? Listen to me. Now, if you keep this up, if you don't stop, you're gonna find yourself imagining all sorts of things.
I think I am.
Excuse me. Nurses are all with the accident patients. Get that phone. Neurology.
Well, Delia's still in mad pursuit, huh?
Why'd you go away?
Over here displaying your wonderful symptoms for Clem?
Look, I'm trying to get some information, okay? And you're not helping me any.
Well, it was my distinct impression that it's my sister, Faith, who's in need of help, and I think Pat.
Roger. Look, I thought you were my friend. Now, have I ever done anything mean to you?
Delia, we all find our own morality if we dig deep enough. And I think I stumbled onto mine when I discovered what you're doing isn't fun anymore. Now, look, Pat's got enough trouble of his own, so why don't you just give them both a break?
I'm supposed to give Faith a break.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Look, Roger, why don't you tell your sister to stop chasing Pat all around this hospital?
Will you let off Faith? Look, she's in enough trouble, and she is not chasing Pat.
Roger, she's doing it on purpose. Now, I know she is. Now, Patty is very upset about it. So I'm gonna get in trouble. Let him be upset about me, okay?
I wish that was still funny.
You used to be so nice to me in the beginning.
Now I'm not?
Yeah, exactly. Look, would you get out of here? You're making a mess out of everything.
I'd be delighted to oblige you, my dear. I have more, pleasant ladies to deal with.
I'm needed down in X-ray, so I want you to just stay here and relax, and Patrick will be here before long, right?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I don't mind staying here as long as I'm in the same building with Patty. You know, it's as if I can feel him right through the walls.
That's right, Royal. Anytime at Mrs. Jeanette's convenience. Come in. Just let me know when it's going to happen, all right? Thank you.
Am I, interrupting?
Oh, you're a lovely interruption. You don't want anything from me.
Well, just don't answer.
I have to. The ringing will disturb Bill. Mrs. Woodard's room. May I ask who's calling, please? I'm terribly sorry she's not here right now. She's just gone down to X-ray. However, if you'll leave a number, she'll get back to you as soon as possible. Uh-huh. Thank you. I have that. Goodbye. Operator, hold all calls on this number until further notice. Thank you.
My, you are an efficient lady.
Listen, I was the best executive secretary Bill ever had.
I believe it.
If you have time, sit down.
Busy day?
Busy and not much fun. I just announced that Bill is through with politics permanently.
Well, I suppose now that it's been said, at least I can stop telling well-wishers about a broken wrist.
I wish it hadn't worked out this way.
Don't blame yourself, Dr. Coleridge. You did a fine piece of surgery. The skull fracture is mending nicely. I knew, we all knew, his heart was uncertain.
Still, surgeons hope for better results.
So do wives. But?
You've already told him, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. Took it very well. He apologized to me for letting me down.
That has a lot of style.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bill has style. Do you know that I think I'm in the danger of sliding into a deep depression?
Because you've been thinking about your husband?
About what he's lost. What we've both lost, really.
How's he feeling today?
Better. I'm the one who's taking it hard.
Well, that seems like a pretty natural reaction.
Natural it may be, but it sure am not enjoying it.
Well, perhaps you'll allow me to offer a prescription. Something very special of my own.
What might that be?
Well, whenever I'm feeling depressed or tired or alone, I find a considerable relief in a very dry martini and an elegantly prepared Peking duck.
Are you saying I'm allowed to get out of here?
Well, essentially, you're an outpatient who chooses to stay here, and after all, you would be leaving under the care of a doctor.
You know, our minds work the same way. I was just about to call Polly and ask her to bring over a thermos of dry martinis.
Oh, no, that's a terrible idea. Drinking alone? Boring.
So you're prescribing a change of scene?
And a specific diet.
As a medical solution to my problem.
I couldn't have said it better.
I don't know. I don't know whether I should go.
I don't see why not.
Is it fair? Bill's lying there in bed. I cheerfully go off to a Chinese restaurant.
Sometimes I don't think anything in life is fair.
Maybe.
But I don't see how it can help your husband if you slip into a depression.
No. My wearing a hair shirt certainly will not improve his condition.
No. But on the other hand, if you really would feel guilty about going out, we can take a rain check or something. I certainly understand.
No. No. In fact, I am going to accept your kind invitation, Doctor. Did you have any specific time in mind?
Well, we eat rather early around here.
Yes, I'd noticed that.
About 6.
Thank you. If you can take my mind off this room and the things that have happened here in the past week, even for a little while, I will be very grateful to you.
Well, I can't promise anything, but I assure you it will be my pleasure to try.
How's your boyfriend?
On the next night shift.
The guy is no angel, but I think there's something more to him than other people see.
Nobody needs to know.
You're disgusting.
Will one mistake ruin a relationship? General Hospital Night Shift, Tuesday night at 11 on SoapNet.
Heat. Heartache. Complicated. Dangerous. Love.
This is wrong. Looks like it's just you and me now.
Everybody's got their something. I got General Hospital.
Attention drivers statewide. If you are insured with Allstate, Geico, State Farm, or any other car insurer, you may be overpaying by hundreds of dollars. Find out how to get immediate savings through AIGdirect.com. What would it take to get you to switch your car insurance? If we told you that you could save $364 a year, wouldn't you pick up the phone? Start dialing, because you could save that much. People who switched from Geico saved around $370. From Allstate, $430. Your savings could be higher, like this driver who switched, or this one. And no other company gives you AIG's security advantage that includes roadside assistance at no additional cost. Immediate savings available through AIGdirect.com. Call for a free rate quote today. Call 1-800-211-SAVE for a free rate quote. You could save hundreds of dollars. That number again is 1-800-211-SAVE. Call now or visit AIGdirect.com.
Here at the phone company, you've been our customer for a long time. Now Vonage wants to change all that.
Well, over 2 million people have already joined Vonage.
Oh, really? Don't they miss having phone service?
Actually, with Vonage, you get award-winning service quality with unlimited local and long-distance calls, all for just $24.99 a month. Are you having trouble keeping track of what your phone company is charging? With Vonage, your rate starts low and stays low. Don't take my word for it. Listen to his former customers.
For me, Vonage is everything I want in a phone service.
It's dependable. It's perfect.
No nickels and dimes like the phone company.
Make the most from your existing high-speed internet connection. Get unlimited local and long-distance calling for only $24.99 a month, plus 25 features for no extra charge. Sign up now and get 1 month free.
Okay, but making a change is hard, and for over 100 years, the only thing we've changed is...
Your prices?
Whoa!
Call 1-800-570-1614 or go online to Vonage.com.
I was living in a devil town. I didn't know it was a devil town. Oh Lord, it really brings me down about the devil town.
I was living in a devil town. Brings me down about the devil town.
Oh, it's not necessary for you to be doing that, sister. The pleasure of your company is quite enough, you know that?
No, I enjoy it. You know, it's good to do something and see the result, and then be able to say, this is a finely sliced carrot.
Oh, you've accomplished plenty in your lifetime.
Oh, I spent a good deal of this morning on the problems of 2 14-year-old girls, and I'm not sure that I haven't accomplished a great deal more here in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, yes. I tell you, I breathed a great sigh of relief when my girls got through that stage.
Babies are not easier exactly, but they are simpler. Oh, but I'm sure that you have no trouble with Ryan.
Oh, no, she's a darling. She's the first granddaughter, you know, that I've gotten to be able to be close to. Kathleen's little one's way off there in Pittsburgh. It's been a treat for me.
Mary is back working at Channel R, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, well, then, how do you manage with little John and Ryan?
Sister, by any chance, are you asking me who takes care of Ryan during the day?
Well, I don't mean to pry, but yes, I am.
Don't tell me that Jack was worried enough to go to you about it.
How'd you know about that?
Oh, I have my little ways. Tell me, how upset is he?
Well, upset enough to come all the way uptown to see me. Apparently, he had seen the baby in the park, and the lady in charge worried him. She seemed impatient with Ryan. She talked about slapping her or wanting...
I tell you how good this makes me feel. Oh, that he was sufficiently concerned to go all the way up there to see you.
May, what?
Sister, let me rest your mind at ease. We haven't been, I'm afraid, terribly honest with Jack. Miriam, who takes care of Ryan during the day, is a wonderful person. There's nobody on God's green earth that's better with children. It's just that she knows who Jack is, and we've been trying very hard to give him a different impression. And I am delighted to say that she seems to have succeeded.
But why? So that he would come uptown to see me?
No, that's just a step. No, the idea is to get him upset enough to go to see Mary.
Oh. Oh.
Give me a shot of red-eye.
Ah, it's been that kind of morning, has it? Here, sit yourself down there, my dear, and I got just the thing for you.
I'm disgusted and a little sad. Mrs. Woodard just announced her husband's retirement from any political ambitions. The heart attack he had seems to have ended all that.
Well, that's not a very happy turn of events, is it?
But she is a gutsy lady. She stood up there, gave us his whole medical history, said she was responsible for making the decision for surgery, where he had the coronary.
Well, at least the gentleman is still with us, huh?
And then some moron from one of the magazines asked her how it felt to be responsible for her husband's retirement.
What did she say?
Not a word. Oh, I loved her. She just looked at him. It was the best moment of the whole day.
Oh?
I ran into Mr. Finelli, and he started laying it on me about leaving Ryan with a babysitter while I was at work. Made me furious.
Well, what business is it of his? It's not as though you could leave the baby with him, is it?
I don't know why I should even care what he says. Except that I probably do feel a little guilty.
Darling, I don't know why. You're a wonderful mother. Everybody says that.
Yeah, Doug, but the fact remains that she is alone most of the day, and I hate that.
Look, I got a hunch that whatever happened between you and Jack has nothing to do with the baby. You're still mad at him from the last movie, aren't you?
Yeah, I think you're right. Because in the middle of attacking me, I did the one thing I knew would hurt him most.
What was that?
I agreed to go away with Tom this weekend. He's been asking me to visit Williamsburg with him.
Well, that must have been a bit of news to Jack, then.
Oh, Don, it's all right. We're going as friends. It's all understood.
No. Well, I hope you can get your mother to understand it that way.
I will. I'm going to talk to her right now.
No, wait a minute. She's got Sister Mary Joel in there with her, and two of them really got their heads together about something.
The truth is, I've been doing a bit of meddling.
Oh, Maeve, it's time somebody did something. As a matter of fact, I've got a suggestion of my own to make.
Next, it's The Young and the Restless. In Genoa City, powerful people will stop at nothing to get what they want. Y&R is next on SoapNet.
I know what he's been through. I know what it's like growing up without a father.
This week, their greatest challenge.
He hates me.
He doesn't know the truth. He's your son. We'll be telling him the truth.
We're having a family meeting.
Then I guess it's a good thing I'm here.
Watch One Life to Live weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
Robin, you can't put your life on hold for your old man.
On the next night shift, two fathers must deal with changes that are beyond their control. Robert moves in with his daughter.
You can't be alone.
Of course I can.
And for Jagger, a turning point that will change his life.
Why my son?
I worked with Stone. He's an exceptional child. You know that.
Stone. What happened? Stone. Look up, buddy.
An all-new General Hospital night shift. Tuesday night at 11, only on SoapNet.
There are millions like you living with rosacea, seeking relief from facial redness, bumps, and dryness. Now there's Prosacea Gel, effective non-prescription treatment for rosacea symptoms. Prosacea, the new face of rosacea relief.
You've always wanted to know who's on Match.com, and we want you to know it's okay to look. We guarantee if you don't find someone special within 6 months, we'll give you 6 months free. And it's only at Match.com.
As a matter of fact, it'll do Jack good just to stew for a while. So I'm going to go home and tell him that you have the utmost confidence in Miriam.
Oh, nothing could be better.
But if I may say so, I wouldn't say anything to Mary about this.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. It won't mean anything anyway unless Jack can make himself go see her.
Oh, I think perhaps he will in time.
Oh, I hope so, sister. But if Mary knew Jack was seeing the baby, she'd get her hopes up, and I can't bear having her disappointed again.
No, I will say a prayer for both of them.
Oh, you're not going. I thought you were going to stay and reap the rewards of your handiwork here.
Oh, I'm sorry I can't.
John's going to be disappointed.
Oh, well.
Joe!
Oh, Mary.
Good to see you.
I have been having a lovely chat with your mother about you.
Don't tell me you're leaving.
Yes, I have to get back to Good Shepherd.
Now, what kind of visit is that when the only person it includes is Maeve?
Well, it's been a very good visit. I'll see you again all soon, I promise. Take care, love.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Drive
sister.
carefully.
Everything all right?
Oh, yes. Things are wonderful. And there's all sorts of promise for the future.
Good. Ma, I have something to ask you.
All right, darling, what?
Tom's asked me to go with him to Williamsburg, Virginia, to see the autumn flowers and just get away for the weekend. I said I'd go tonight if we could work things out, of course.
Tonight?
Would you be able to keep an eye on Ryan with Mrs. Shaw's help while we're away?
Oh, well, the baby's no problem. Mary, do you think that's such a good idea?
Oh, Mother, we're going as friends. Besides, I need a couple of days off. Sounds lovely, and I want to do it.
Well, you're a grown person in charge of your own life, and if that's what you want to do, of course, certainly I'll take care of the babe.
Thank you so much. You've never let me down yet.
No.
I have a couple of things to take care of at the office, but I'll be back to pack.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye, dear. Oh, my.
Tom and Mary still bothers you, huh?
Well, things were going along so good. This could add a complication.
I'm not exactly overjoyed about it myself, but they do things differently than when we were keeping company.
Oh, don't they, though, John?
I know you didn't like doing that, darling, but it's the sensible thing, not standing in her way.
Well, I just don't want to see her make a mistake. This could be more than she realizes. Oh, Mary. Mary.
Antonio Sabato Jr. is back as Jagger Cates, and the only place to see him is on the new season of Night Shift. General Hospital Night Shift, Tuesdays at 11 p.m. on SoapNet.